indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have roll call, please.
McNutt?
Here.
Huff?
Here.
Freeman?
Here.
Yermini?
Here.
Mickey? Here. Claiborne? Here. Ryan?
Here. All right. Don't believe we have any additions?
None tonight, thank
All
you.
right. The one thing we were gonna add with this is after agenda item 10A, we're gonna take a 10-minute recess before we move on to 10B. All right, approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good. Correspondence information, we have 4. One is the annual outage report from DTE. Second is the Oakland County Road Commission, kind of reports on kind of what they did and what they used. The Oakland County Parks, they're celebrating their 6 years of community connection. Then we have the 2025 annual planning report.
Motion to receive and file as presented. Second.
We have a motion by Duff, second by Newman, to receive and file. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Number 7, first call to public.
Motion to open. Second.
Opportunity for the citizens to address the council on agenda items. We have a motion to open and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. First call is open.
Dave Renwick, 685 Amenia. I would like to speak to the minutes of the last meeting. Council has published the last meeting minutes, and I, as a person who spoke at the second call to the public, feel a serious correction is in order. Claim in your minutes is that the third item I addressed at the second call was that I requested clarification regarding the keyhole ordinance. That's a direct quote. Nothing could be further from the truth. It is a genuinely sanitized version of what I actually said. What I verbally surmised was that David Laybourne's Open Meetings Act right to speak at a call to the public appeared to have been violated. What I actually said was that council's agenda for that meeting plainly listed keyhole ordinance as an agenda item at 6C. So when Mr. Laybourne attempted to speak about the keyhole ordinance at the first call to the public, it was well within council's printed definition of the first call's agenda item only restriction. His right to speak was therefore plainly disregarded and violated by councilperson Mark Duff, not once, but twice, claiming keyhole ordinance, item 6C, as keyhole ordinance village resident David Laybourne. So indeed, this was a printed agenda item. Council's short discussion on Citizen Laybourne's request and council's, quote, receiving and filing of the same request did not make this disappear as a plainly printed and acknowledged agenda item. Yet council said this was not an agenda item. Mark Duff said it was not an agenda item, and the rest of council agreed by their silence. And President McNutt requested Mr. Laybourne stop speaking and sit down. So I urgently request council remove the misleading notion that I merely requested clarification regarding the keyhole ordinance and replace it with the fact that I question whether council had violated Mr. Laybourne's right to speak on an agenda item at the first call to the public. 20-some years ago, I was at a meeting with Tom Quasarano. He's a pretty smart attorney. And he said that council is entitled, if they wish, that there are certain requirements for minutes. But council is not required to add any narrative to their minutes. If they do, he said, it has to be as truthful, plain, and honest as everything else that is required to be in the agenda. In other words, anything that goes in the minutes has to be truthful, plain, and honest. And what's in there right now, under my name, is not truthful, plain, or honest. Thank you very much.
Anybody else with first call?
Motion to close?
The motion to close the first call.
Second.
And the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That brings us to number 8. Consideration approving the following consent agenda.
Motion to approve as amended by what Dave Renwick had mentioned in terms of his minutes.
Second. Motion to approve as amended by the words of Mr. Renwick, and a second. In discussion? Have a roll call, please.
Mayne,
Yes.
Kuznicki,
Yes.
Claiborne,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
McNutt,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Brings us to 9 board appointments. Believe it, if we don't have any board appointments.
None tonight,
All right.
thank you.
Brings us to item 10A. It's promotion of Officer Jessica Keller to Sergeant.
What's that? No, you're good. Good evening. Tonight I have the honor of introducing our newest sergeant, Jessica Keller. Sergeant Keller's promotion is the result of consistent performance, strong leadership ability, and a deep commitment to this profession and this community. She has demonstrated time and time again that she possesses the judgment, composure, and integrity to supervise others and represent this department at a higher level. What makes this promotion especially meaningful, however, is not just her professional accomplishments, it's her personal resilience. Yeah, we discussed this. Like many people, Sergeant Keller has faced challenges in her personal life. Rather than allowing those challenges to define her, she has overcome them with strength and determination. At the same time, she has remained an exceptional and devoted mother to her 4 children. Balancing the demands of law enforcement with raising 4 kids is no small task. And she has done so with grace, discipline, and unwavering dedication. Those qualities, perseverance, accountability, and commitment, are the very same qualities that make her an outstanding police officer and now an outstanding sergeant. She leads by example. She holds herself to a high standard and expects the same from those around her. Most importantly, she understands that leadership is about service. Service to her officers and service to this community. Her promotion tonight reflects both the professional capability and the strength of character she brings to this badge every day. I am confident that Sergeant Keller will continue to make this department and this village very proud. Please join me in congratulating Sergeant Jessica Keller on her well-deserved promotion. Here tonight to pin the badge on her is Captain Stephen Meek from the Traverse City Fire Department, and her kids will be placing the collar brass on her as well. So folks, you want to come up and take care of that right now? Let's do that.
Council, if we could get a motion to formally approve the promotion of Officer Jessica Keller to sergeant, and then I'll administer the oath.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Have roll call?
Mickey,
Absolutely.
Rayborn,
Definitely.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Knut,
Most definitely.
Duff,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
If you want to push the chief out of the way here. Yeah, wouldn't be the first time, so. Can I ask you to raise your right hand, please, and then repeat after me? I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties of
the duties of
the office of
the office of
Police Sergeant
Police Sergeant
in and for
in and for
the Village of Wolverine Lake,
the Village of Wolverine Lake,
County of Oakland,
County of Oakland,
and State of
and
Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Sign on that line right there. Jessica, there's anybody here in the audience you'd like to introduce the council
yeah,
and the rest of the audience?
Yeah. So I got a nice crew here. I really appreciate it. I don't want this microphone, but, so I have my family, my mom and dad, my 4 kids, John, Joan, Peyton, Braden, Bryce and Blake, my sister Beth, my boyfriend Steve, and, my really good friends. So these ladies right here, we've worked together for years, and I really appreciate all their mentoring and kind of helped each other through this law enforcement. So Denise, Majda, and Becky. And I just want to say something real quick, just to Wolverine Lake, that I really appreciate everything that this department has given me as far as being able to raise my kids. It's been huge. Chief Ellsworth was very lenient on, I'm having another one, and he welcomed me back, and we did that a few times, and, through Marine Patrol and part-time and things like that, so I really appreciate that. And now we're here, and so I think it's a good time. It's good timing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now we're actually going to take just a 10-minute recess before we move on to the next agenda item. and we're, agenda item 10B. Recommendations and updates from Mr. Powell.
Thank you, Mr. President. As usual in the village this time of the year, not a lot is going on. I have very little to say how Andy shovels snow and pushes snow around, so he's the expert at that. I do want to just bring up two items. I'm in the process of finalizing this year's dam report, and every other year I'm required to provide a report of an inspection that I do on the structural integrity of the earthen dam and the concrete portion of the dam here in the village. And I'm in the process of just finishing that up right now. Most of everything is fine. It's at the right elevation now. Council took care of that a couple of years ago. There is an area where I have identified some piping going on, and that's a slow transmission of water through the dam itself, and it comes out the northern side of the berm on the eastern side of the berm itself. You can see it because the DPW's lawnmower digs down in a little bit and creates tracks in it. There are two ways to deal with that. You can stop it totally, and that has some implications because it builds up a hydraulic force on inside the dam, or you can pick it up, but then you have to make sure you're picking it up without transmitting sand with it. So I'm in the process of trying to decide what is the best way to do that before I put it in the report, and that'll be in the report by the end of this month. The other thing that council has directed, I'll be working with Treasurer Jennifer on the road maintenance. We'll be combining 2 years of maintenance together again, but we're going to be putting the maintenance off for a year, and so I'll be working with Jennifer on that. Otherwise, that's my report for today, unless you had any other questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring us to agenda item 11, public hearings. We would have any.
None tonight, thank
All
you.
right. New business, Parks and Rec. Request council release not more than $300 from miscellaneous funds for the farmer's market.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Dove, second by Newman. Any discussion? Have a roll call, please.
Newman,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Claiborne,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Bernini,
Yes.
That brings us to B, sewer system operation and maintenance.
Council, this is an issue that we've been talking about over the last couple months. As I think you're aware, I've been having discussions with the Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner's Office and also with Fleece and Vanderbrink Operations. The WRC has been doing operation and maintenance on the village sewer system for a number of years. F&V Apps is currently doing the O&M on Commerce Township sewer system right now. We're in the process of talking to them to determine which route we should take, to stay with the WRC or to go to F&V Apps on a long-term basis. Those discussions are continuing. I had some email exchanges with Chief Legal Counsel at the WRC today. What you have before you tonight is a resolution that would authorize me to execute an extension of the existing agreement that we have with the WRC for O&M on the sewer system. That agreement is scheduled to expire at the end of this month with an extension. They'll continue to provide O&M while I continue my discussions with both groups and Commerce Township about what is the best option for the village to make, which is what I'll come back to you with a recommendation on at some point in the future. But for tonight, I would ask that you approve the resolution authorizing me to approve an extension with the WRC.
Motion to approve the resolution as presented.
Second.
Motion by Duff and a second by O'Brien.
I just have a question. Is that enough time? Do you need more time than June? And if you got done earlier than that, then you could just stop it? Or, I mean, is there an outside chance that we may have to ask for another extension, basically? Yeah.
There's a possibility that we may get it done more quickly.
Yeah.
The last extension that we executed with the WRC was for a period of 90 days.
Right.
I think it works well for them if we work on a quarterly basis.
Okay.
I think it tracks well with their billing,
Okay,
so
okay.
that's why I'm suggesting up until June 30th of this year.
So we have a motion to accept as presented. Any other discussion? We have a roll call, please.
Jermaine,
Yes.
Nutt,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Claiborne. Yes. Woznicki.
Yes,
Newman.
Yes.
This is 12C, non-union employee compensation for the fiscal year 26-27.
Motion to accept as presented?
Second.
I have a motion to accept as presented by Duff, second by Newman. Any discussion with that? None? A roll call on that, please.
Nutt,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Claiborne. Yes. Woznicki.
yes,
Newman.
Yes.
Jermaine.
Yes.
Brings us to 12D, discussion regarding procedure for addressing the village council.
Council, this is a discussion item that was added at the direction of council during our work session 2 weeks ago. This was one of the points that was identified that council wanted to have some further discussion on. So it's on the agenda tonight, and you have a copy of the existing rules of procedure, which were last revised back in 2008, that accompany the cover memo that I put together.
It looks like they've been revised every about 7 to 8 years previous to, so. Any discussion on it?
so basically, it's a one-way conversation. Right?
I think that's the intention of public comment. Yeah, it is public comment. Comment, it's not public debate or
Right,
or
right.
public Q&A.
So I just wondered, do we need to state anywhere what needs to be done if someone wants a two-way conversation?
That would be breaking Robert's rule. We adopted Robert's rule.
We can never have a two-way
No,
conversation?
the whole thing with Robert's rule is the president is the only one that is having the dialogue. We go through the president. The president controls what the back and forth is. So by, again, addressing people directly, you violate Robert's rule of order, which we've adopted. So we can not adopt Robert's rule, and then you have no essential rule of parliamentarian, or you have that.
I'm not debating it so much, Mark, is to, just clarification. You know,
Okay.
asking for clarification that maybe a line needs to maybe explain that a little bit better.
Okay?
So residents understand that, in
Yes,
fact,
exactly.
regardless of what they say at this meeting, the call to the public isn't intended as a discussion.
Right.
It's intended as them to share their concerns or what have you. As was explained at a meeting that Aaron and I attended, if it's a question of what date is this event or what have you, sure, that can be answered. But on more detailed issues, that's not the intent of a call to the public. Yeah, and having that in here might be useful so that residents understand. They can ask broad, long-range questions about procedure, about what we do and how we feel, but we're not going to answer, not because we don't care, but because that is the structure that we abide by. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, because when you look at it from here, it doesn't say anything about that.
Yeah, better said than what, you captured what I was trying to say. Thank you, Mark.
Another thing on this document that I saw was, it says on the second paragraph, copies of the agenda for tonight's meeting have been provided in the rack at the back of the chambers. We did kind of move that a few years ago, or 8 years ago, so just re-explaining where they are, that they're actually in that,
Vestibule.
yeah. And then maybe even having some copies of this in that rack, and then having one somewhere in the room as well, so that residents can see it and refer to it if they are have questions or otherwise. I would also, on item 1, about with the public on agenda items only, I think it's important that we clarify what that is. Is that everything on this document, from being able to address something on correspondence all the way through, or is it just items, say, 8, which is the consent agenda, through pending business, item 13? Because there was confusion in the last call to public, and we have been inconsistent in that. And so by having it clearly defined, clearly written, we can be consistent and fair to the public. Or is it that whenever we pull a correspondence,
I would say it's whenever we can, and whenever we decide to pull the correspondence.
that then that can be commented
Yeah.
on by at the call to public, and we delay discussing the correspondence till after the first call to the public.
Yeah. I would, you want to make a motion around that? Or you want to
Or
second it?
I can do either one, but I've got other stuff to rant on about this, so it depends on how you want to, if we want to just do it all at
We
one.
can do it all
thing.
one, that's fine.
Okay.
Keep going.
I just have
Uh,
Can I ask a question on that one? Leanne, is there a best practice? Do you know as far as the correspondence piece, including that as part of the agenda?
I mean, to my knowledge, normally that is not included as
Okay.
a agenda item. It's just something that's submitted, to the council, an item for specific discussion, so it would
Okay.
normally be considered an agenda item.
All right, thank you.
Then anyone could be submitting anything as correspondence to then kind of force council to make that an agenda item, so to speak.
Sure.
At the last minute.
Okay, thank you.
Does that mean everything after the first call? Agenda item then?
I would must say,
So it'd be essentially starting at 8.
Starting
Yeah,
at-
yeah.
right.
So after the first call. Yeah.
Yeah, there has been confusion with that,
Yes.
very much so.
And again, you could have somebody that decides they want to take and put 15 items, send us 15 items of correspondence, and then they could sit there and they could take up 2 hours worth of time if they wanted.
well, and there still is, it's important to remember, there still is an opportunity to
Turn your
discuss.
turn your microphone on,
Oh,
please.
sorry about that. There still is an opportunity to discuss the items there, but just at the second call to the public.
Yes.
Or anything for that matter. I mean, it doesn't have
Correct.
to be on there. if you wanna
Correct,
discuss it.
exactly, correct, yes.
But the first one is specifically for agenda items so that we can get through the business. And then you have the open call. That was the way it was explained to me.
That's how I would,
Yeah.
that's how I would interpret it. Yes, I mean, if you want to change it, of course, you can change it, but as it is, that's how I would interpret the intention of that.
So we should just clarify that the agenda items start with item 8,
Yes.
and the second call to the public can be for anything on here or anything
Yes.
that they want to speak about.
Yep. And that's basically what it is, called out on the agenda as it is.
And then I would look at item 3, a person shall not address the council on any one topic in excess of 5 minutes unless extended by a majority of the council. Again, this was explained to me as best practices at the training session I attended with Aaron in Wixom. And that would be to amend that so that's, a person shall not address the council at any call to public in excess of 5 minutes, rather than on any one topic. So they get 5 minutes, they can talk about whatever they want, rather than them being able to talk about multiple topics if they choose. And that was explained to us that that would be the better method.
I would agree with that, too.
And we can always loosen these things in a meeting, but we can't tighten them in a
Yes.
meeting. So this way, this is tight and concise. If we do see something that we feel a resident needs more time, or a second item that they want to talk about and we feel it's important, we can vote on that.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything?
I have a question, is regarding, the addressing part of it. Is it based on just a resident, or is it based on residents and their address, whether it's single, multiple?
Person.
It'd be
That person gets
yeah.
one call, not,
One.
yeah, if a person owned a unit, apartment with 30 units, they could talk 30 times otherwise.
So that's,
Be pretty slick, but
It would be slick.
it wouldn't go well. It wouldn't work out for all of us.
and
Okay.
per person part of it.
So I make a motion that we change number 1 to essentially limit items to 8 and down in the actual agenda. And then on number 3, it would be one person for 5 minutes. Council can always extend if needed. Is there any others that you had?
Then maybe we look to have something stating that this is not a discussion.
Yes, but then clarification in terms of it's not a two-way discussion, it is them stating something. The council president ultimately is the person they're stating it to. The council president can respond if they want to, but it is not a two-way discussion.
And then just amending the second paragraph that the copies of the agenda are available in the
Yeah.
vestibule and not in the back anymore.
Yep. Sounds good.
If I could make a suggestion, maybe the motion would be to direct the administrator to prepare a draft of amended rules of procedure. We can put that on the agenda at next month's meeting. That way it
Good
can be
idea.
out
Make
there
sure it's all captured.
for everybody to see, and then
Agree.
if council's comfortable, you can take an actual vote to approve the changes at that time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Made a motion, second.
We have a motion to direct administrator to amend and make some changes and present to council next meeting. We have a second? Any other discussion? It's a roll call. Get out there.
Yes.
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 12E, discussion regarding tiki candle sales. I think this is Councilperson Kazanecki.
Okay, the never-ending saga of the tiki candle. Just a reference, let me start at the beginning. About a week and a half ago, while I was up north in Boyne, I got a phone call from English Gardens, my contact there, saying that the vendor that they had been getting our tiki candles from, torches from in Canada, and they only made as many candles that they had orders for from in 2025. And we did not put our order in until last month. So basically, he was caught off guard, and he said he tried looking at all of his suppliers, and there was nobody else that he had that could do a torch or a candle. So he felt bad leaving us high and dry, so he did some research, and I offered a tiki torch that you pour citronella oil into, and that he would offer to sell it to us at $10 and something, per torch. And then I started thinking about that, and so I said, all right, he wanted me to give him a decision. I said, I can't. I said, I have to wait to present this to council, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So I started thinking about it, and I started doing a little more research, and I was looking at Amazon and all over the internet, and basically you can get solar candles, you can get the citronella candles, you can get bamboo ones, you can get metal ones, you can get all kinds of things from very cheap to very expensive. So I guess my thought on the first proposal was there's just too many options out there, and I didn't feel comfortable really endorsing or suggesting any of the options because, maybe someone didn't want to spend the money, and maybe some other family had a lot of money and they did 3 parties every year and they wanted to buy very expensive torches. So anyway, to make a long story short, I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole. And then a little bit later, in my memo that I left, or Administrative Gillum put on the table tonight, we contacted Menards. I talked to them, was it a year or 2 years ago, about tiki candles. And we decided to stay with English Gardens because it was a known quantity. Well, I went to Menards over the weekend, and they do have them. They're a little thinner than the ones that we have used in the past. They're cheaper. The only problem is, it's not a really problem, but the issue is now we have to pay for them in advance, where at English Gardens, we just ordered them and then they'd send a bill and Jennifer would pay for them. So I said, well, again, I can't authorize the sale of 300 candles. When I was there this weekend, I said, I need to take this to council and get their opinions on what they wanted to do. So I guess with that said, I guess my proposal is that this year that let's try these candles at a price of $5, which is $2 less than what we were originally going to go for the English Gardens candles, and then go for either the 12 cases or the 13 cases. So no matter whether we buy 1 or 300, the price is the same, $4.99 per candle. And they're in a warehouse somewhere, and they would, once upon receipt of a check or a credit card or something from the village, they would send them to the Wixom facility, and then I would have to go pick them up, which is no big deal because I pick them up from Andy anyway, or he delivers them to me, to my house. So I'm open to suggestions. And I really don't care. I'm just kind of giving you a background. This is kind of my thoughts, but I'll do whatever you guys want to do. For a while there, I thought, I'm done selling tiki candles. Not so fast.
Well, just to say too, we have a Menards account and a Menards credit card, and Marty set up, sorry, just to say we have a Menards account already set up, and we can do whatever council wishes, so.
If you order at the right time, wouldn't you get 11% back? Use on something? No, seriously.
Pam gets
use
it.
on- I got some here, and I use those. I saved it. They send it in, they send me a little,
Is that what you had to send it in?
yeah, you can type it in online and print it and email it with the receipt. Works every time. Works good.
Well, no, I think do that and put the money toward on and up.
There we go. How many candles did we approve previously?
We did approve, I did bring that,
It was 13 cases.
yeah, 13 cases.
I make a motion that we approve the 13 cases to be purchased through Menards.
We have a motion to purchase 13 cases, and a second. Motion by Duff, second by Newman. Any discussion?
Would we just order more? That way we have them and we don't have to worry about a supply chain issue next year?
The issue is candles melt when they're stored in a barn. You've
Well,
had this issue before.
We wouldn't store them here in the office somewhere?
No, we store them in the DPW. In the past, we've stored them in the DPW. I don't remember them melting, but there was that one year where we had
There were some-
several complaints that they
Yeah,
weren't
they got-
burning
Didn't
correct.
burn well.
Yeah.
We thought maybe they were old or stale,
Yeah.
but we were just assuming that. We had no proof on that. But yeah, that's a good point too. So,
See how these go this
Yeah.
year.
yeah,
And then if they don't work out, if we get complaints, then we'll just go the route of, congratulations, you can all buy your own. Buy your own. And if not, then you'll be free. And if not, then, well,
There you go.
we can call it Menards again.
yeah. But, and then we need to settle, I would assume just with selling for $5. We make a penny.
Yeah.
You know, sell them for $5,
We'll
easy
do a friendly
peasy.
on my motion that we sell them at 5 also.
Yeah.
Per Pam's recommendation.
Friendly.
It makes it easy for, people that are selling and money exchange too.
Yep.
Couple 20s. Got 8.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, any other discussion? A roll call?
McNutt,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
Rooney,
Yes.
McKee,
Yes,
Claiborne,
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
12F, Administrator Gilman requests council move into closed session immediately after agenda item 19.
Motion to go into closed session immediately after 19 per Administrator Gillum's request.
Second.
We have a motion to go into closed session by Duff, second by Newman. Any discussion?
We need a roll call vote.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call.
Rooney,
Yes.
McKee,
yes.
Claiborne,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
McNutt,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Topics for March,
Motion to forgo.
Second?
a motion to forego the work session for March 25th by Duff, and second by O'Brien. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pending business, our 2025 Citizen of the Year Award.
Council, we hope to have this on the agenda next month. Our Citizen of the Year, I believe, is still down in the Sunshine in Florida. So,
Is there a special nomination form for that? They get to get the office?
We post the nomination form on the village website after the procedure is established, I think back in December or something like that, so yeah. Or if someone wanted to call or wanted to come in, we could give them a copy as well.
Agenda item 14, second call to public.
Motion open.
Opportunity for citizens to address the council regarding village business. We have a motion open by Duff and a second by Newman. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Second call is open.
To talk about keyhole repair rights.
Name and address for the record.
Yeah. We'll get it.
I've been using AI a lot to determine.
Mr. Lambert, can
Pass.
you name and address?
Dave Leyburn,
Thank you.
2335 Shaken.
Thank you.
The issue has been going on since 1992. Keyhole ordinance, repair rights, and so forth, and road endings. The planning commission did all the legwork, determined where the problems were, and the village council, and it's in the village, all this that I'm giving you is, I kept all my minutes from the village, all the years that I was on council. So I'm going through that and finding out what was approved, who was approved, the whole works. So anyhow, 2000, John Scott, chairman of the Water Management Board, said the board feels the keyhole ordinance covers the dock and marine issues. The whole board reevaluated after it was passed, and they wanted to verify everything. So John Scott, and he was a councilman and also chairman of the board. I'm chairman, a board member of this organization here. Let's see. Oh, the board feels the keyhole ordinance covers the dock and marine issues. Park owners sent letters to the administration, a police chief, that a citizen put a boat in the park and does not belong in that. The documents from DNR proved it. The person who put his boat in there gave police department a gift. In return, the police let him stay in the park. It wasn't part of the park. And again, this is all from the minutes. And the police chief said that if there's a boat that does not belong in that park, he can issue a ticket. Guess what? He never issued a ticket. DNR did a site inspection and noticed the violation letter was sent to the homeowner and the village. So the village has this. We have a council member, an employee that are breaking the law, yet the council and the administration are covering up. They're covering up for them because there's nobody should be in this room that's breaking the law. We have that in our ordinance. Keyhole ordinance should not handle people that have houses in the backlot owners. They do not have repairing rights. Then I go for the non-repairing property shall not be permitted in any zoning districts. So if you're a non-repairing property, you cannot have a dock in that park. That's the ordinance. Out of 71 households, we have 10 people that have taken up all that whole park. So the other 61 people cannot use the park. What are the benefits of a park to put the boat in a park for the illegal? I call them illegals because that's what they are. They get $1,500 dock fee. He does not have to pay. Having lakefront property for his boat makes his house worth more. These are not questions. All I did was go to AI and ask questions like this. And this is the information it was spitting out on me. He does not have share the waterfront with other 61 people that belong in the park. He can fish off his dock. All other park owners, 61 of them, have a sign that says no trespassing or no trespassing on private dock. They got it there. So the only people that go there is, on that park is the 10 people. Property values have been reduced as the park would not be selling features when the house goes on the market. So in other words, the value will be reduced because the people that have the dock illegally, when they sell their house, they said, well, I got a dock down there you can use. These people that are 61 people, their property, they cannot say, I have a dock for you, because there isn't a dock. The other people have taken it. I really like you folks to address that. It is in the ordinance. I've talked to 10 people. 100% of those people say, follow the law. And they would like to have meetings to see how we can get council in the village to cooperate.
Motion to close?
Second.
The motion to close the second call by Newman and second by Duff. Thank you, guys. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, second call's closed. 15, council liaison reports. Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec has been busy as usual. This coming Saturday, we have the annual Bunny Luncheon. I believe it's sold out or pretty much sold out. Getting still some final plans done for that and everything. We have the blood drive coming up, the next one on March 30th from 2 to 6:30. So get signed up for that. Numbers are starting to come in. Cereal drive is coming, almost finished up, March 16th. There are quite a few boxes up there filled up, and hopefully we can get a few more in there, and I'll be delivering those next week. We have the 5K race, getting prepared for that in May. The Coast Guard will be there, actually, so that'll be kind of cool. They're going to be to help out with the motor safety fair and stuff too, so that's going to be, we're going to tie in again with them, and Diane was able to get the Coast Guard. Tuesdays in the park, we've got our dates confirmed, so that's good to hear, and all of our inflatables and everything are good to go for that. And we're continuing to plan for our other events, the dog show, garage sales, fishing contest, corn roast, of course, already going on, band's already booked and everything else for that. Thank you for the released funds for the farmer's market. We've already had vendors sign up for the season, so that fund release has already been covered by vendor fees. And already have some new vendors coming in for this year. And then things are going fine at the Veterans Memorial. We'll be meeting in April for our first meeting of the year. Clara Miller Park signs are coming along, and hopefully we'll have those soon and get those up and in the ground. And the Community Engagement Initiative is hard at work, talking about different ideas, updating the PNR calendar, making sure that's in people's welcome kits and things like that. and having more info about like trash and other things like that. And then they're also thinking about maybe doing like a fridge magnet with emergency numbers and village numbers and all kinds of things that people might need when they get introduced to the village. So they continue making progress there as well.
Thank you. Zoning Board.
There was no case last month, if I'm remembering correctly, and then we have one coming up.
Water Management.
No meeting last month.
Lakeview.
Planning.
Planning Commission, we had a special land use request for 1655 Glengarry for a daycare to be out there. After talking to the applicant's representative, we found that the site plan wasn't ready. They didn't have sufficient designs for shielding of the screening of the AC units and trees planted on the front property. Also, the traffic control and flow for the pickup and drop off of the children inside there too. There was some concerns brought up there, so we filled them some questions to follow up. He's been directed to follow up on Carlisle and Wortman, work with them so they can come back next month hopefully, and we can hear them again. So as of this point, it's not approved.
Thank you.
We're in the final process of vetting 2 more individuals who we're going to bring on to assist us with the Marine Patrol and add to our reserve staffing. From what I understand, there's going to be a couple more demands on Officer Grunwald from the radio station. It's going to take up some of his time this summer. And Officer Jezik's going to be doing a little more traveling. So we're anticipating we'll probably use these guys less than a handful of times, but it's always good to have them just in case somebody gets sick or something happens, to have some backup. So we'll hopefully, I'll introduce you to these 2 gentlemen and swear them in at the next meeting. We are continuing to take applications for a police officer, very few and far between, and it's tough all over trying to find somebody. What's even more important for us is finding someone that's qualified and that will be a good fit with our family here. So that's just as important. So we'll keep working on it, and hopefully we'll be in the deep dive of confirming somebody by the time the next meeting shows up. So that's all I have for you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to Jessica and happy St. Patrick's Day, happy first day of spring, happy Easter. And that's it for me.
Administrator Gillum.
Council updates on a handful of items. First of all, for any village residents over on the southeast side of the village who received their water from the city of Walled Lake, the boiled water advisory was canceled as of today by the county. So everybody should be back to normal in terms of their water supply in the village. And the township, fortunately, was never under a boil water, so the residents on the north side of the village that have commerce water were not affected. But work on the repairs and improvements over at the Penny Lake Pump House are proceeding. I talked with Andy Stone about that this afternoon. They're making good progress, and the work might even be done by the end of the week, weather permitting. So if not the end of this week, then probably early next week. So update on the Commerce Township pathway discussions. You'll recall that a couple meetings ago, council voted to put the proposed pathway millage on the ballot here in the village, as well as it will already be on the township in November. The township board met last night. They had some discussion. They're considering advancing funds to the township engineer to have some of the preliminary engineering done before the millage actually is on the ballot in November. I think they're expecting that the millage is going to be approved. They're optimistic that it will. Their thinking is they'd like to get out in front of the work that would be done as much as they can. They didn't have a full board last night, so any decision on the idea of advancing any funds was tabled, and they expect to take that back up next month. But again, as far as the township is concerned, they're full speed ahead with the pathway millage. So, just one comment regarding excuse me, the special land use on Glengarry that Aaron made reference to, the issue that's been pending in front of the Planning Commission. We've received information from the property owner that the applicant who is proposing to develop the daycare on that site is in fact withdrawing from their purchase agreement, and they're going to be withdrawing their special land use agreement. We have not heard that from the applicant himself yet. Again, that's information that we got from the property owner. We're going to be reaching out to the applicant for the special land use to find out if in fact that is the case, because if they are going to be withdrawing the request, we're going to be canceling this month's Planning Commission meeting. But we'll keep council advised as to what the status of that application is. And for everyone else, just keep your eye on the village website to see whether or not we have a Planning Commission meeting this month. So, and the last comment, happy birthday to Mike Knish. Mike was in the village hall this morning. I had a chance to talk to him and learned that today is his birthday. 66 years young. Sorry, Mike. Mike, I think everybody knows Mike. He's one of the best cheerleaders that we have for the village around here. So happy birthday, Mike. Hope you're having a great day. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. Council comments, 19. It's start on the right side this time. Mark?
Just again, Cereal Drive finishes up next week. Every box makes a difference and impacts somebody's life. And again, the blood drive on March 30th. Every donation impacts 3 lives. Rules have changed from what they were several years ago about who's eligible to donate. Go on Versity's website, see if maybe you are eligible when you thought you weren't. Again, makes a difference in somebody's life. And the farmer's market application will be posted this week online, so if anybody's interested or wants to distribute it to somebody else they know that might be interested in being a vendor, it will be available soon. And then, of course, congratulations to Sergeant Keller on a well-deserved promotion. Wonderful to see such a massive turnout for her. Haven't seen the audience that full in a long time. Even better when they all left, because I got a little worried about calls to the public and things. But and then great to see John Morosco here today, too.
Congratulations to Sergeant Keller, and it was nice to see John, and happy birthday, Mike Knish.
Bill? Thank you. I was talking to my wife tonight, and we're going to have a couple extra for the blood draw this month. So cool. Help you get to your 15. And congratulations to Jessica on her, what do you call it when you get promotion? She's a sergeant. And it was fantastic. Yeah. Yes, I don't get those anymore. I'm retired. It was great to see John Morosco. He looks great. And happy St. Patty's Day to everyone, and just be safe.
I was saying, happy Easter. And of course, Officer Keller, we all know that she worked very hard. She earns that. She earns every bit of it. Of course, also, it's always good to see Morosco. He's in high spirits. He looks great. Hope he can keep praying for him and let him win this one. So.
Congratulations to Sergeant Keller on her well-earned promotion. The strong turnout tonight speaks volumes about the respect she has earned within the department and our community. We look forward to all that she will accomplish in this new role. I'm currently enrolled in the class of 2026 Lakes Area Citizens Police Academy. We held our first session last week, and I'm missing tonight's second class to be here. The program promises to be both educational and inspiring, offer a deeper look into the important work that our local police departments carry out every day. I encourage our residents to consider applying for next year's class. It's an excellent opportunity to learn more about the people and processes that keep our community safe. I wanted to thank Councilmember Kuznicki for her efforts to help make this year's Tiki Night another great success. Traditions like this thrive because of people who step up, and it's those small acts of service that make Wolverine Lake such a special place to live. It was wonderful to see Sergeant Morosco here this evening. He and his family will remain in my mind as he continues his fight, and the community stands firmly behind him.
The police academy, my husband and I did that many years ago. It was outstanding. I highly, highly recommend the Citizen Police Academy to anybody who might be interested. In fact, I would even like to draw some of my friends who don't live in the village to sign up for it. I mean, you just learn so much. It's outstanding. I wanted to thank everybody for their support on the whole Tiki Candle thing. You feel like sometimes it's a thankless job, but because I was just ready to throw it in, so I appreciate everybody's help on that. And again, just like everybody else, well-deserved congratulations to Sergeant Jessica Keller, and it really was nice to see so much family and friend support. Like everybody else, happy St. Patrick's Day. I wore green, and so did a few of you. Easter, happy Easter. And on the blood drive, I might be a little late for my appointment. Can I squeeze in a little later? Do you know, are they real tight on the times?
I can take care of it if you need to move it. They'll be fine.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mark will do it.
Yeah, I have an unexpected trip to Florida. I'm coming back that day, so, all right, in case there's any issues with TSA and flights. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sergeant Keller. It was really nice to see so many, all the current and former officers here supporting her, which is a testament to your department. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you. So with that, we move into closed session.
Yeah, if we could go ahead and move upstairs, please.